Da-da-da-da. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again. It's a Tuesday night. We got WWE NXT here at the Wrestling for Life Network, ready to go. We got lots to talk about, lots to get into. The IWC's blaze, and we're going to talk about it. It's going to be a fun time. Get in that chat, click all the buttons, like, share, subscribe. Be a part of the show, be a part of the family, and make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you NXT tonight. We are the channel that just brings you more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Happy to be back at it again. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, safe. Get in that chat. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Click all the buttons. Don't forget the little reaction buttons as well. They help the algorithm, so make sure you do so. But me and this pretty face are going to talk a little NXT tonight. We got you for the next couple hours. So, again, say hello. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. And if you don't know who we are, well, I'm Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick. And yes, we got NXT on tap tonight. We've got, the Women's North American Championship on the line. We've got the tag titles on the line. We've got Kehani Jordan, not the Jordan we were expecting, taking on Blake Monroe. We've got Nia Jax down on the show. We've got all sorts of things popping off.
Yeah, busy night. A good amount of things announced, which hasn't been the WWE's forte as of late.
Raw and SmackDown. Take note, please.
Right. Like we had one match going into last night, but like you said, some interesting things going on. I think Tatum and Soul's going to be a lot of fun. Hank and Tank's been doing a good job as tag champs. Maybe a little quieter, so something like this might help. Nia looking good. It took me a double take in that graphic to go, oh, Nia Jax.
Did you think it was Lola? Did you think it was Lola?
Maybe a little. Like kind of took me a double take. I see what you're saying now. Again, kudos to her, respectfully. It took a double take to be like, oh shit, Nia.
How you doing, Miss Fanene?
Right.
Maybe we can Fanene later. But her versus Thea Hail is an interesting one. I expect Lash Legend's going to get involved because that seems to be the feud, and that seems to be Lash's leapfrog or her lily pad into the main roster.
Oh, for sure. And again, I think there's a lot of this, and I think we're going to see more and more of it. There's a lot of talent floating around that's trying to find something to do. You want to kind of keep Nia away from the belt because she's starting in that territory where she's always sniffing out the belt. So this gives it, a nice transition. I think it's a good rivalry, and we'll see where it goes. Nick, this match, I don't know if we're going to get a finger in edgewise with these two, but we are getting the Miles Bourne and Lexus King Silence of the Lambs match.
I was going to say, I was waiting. I was going to say, I never heard this match coming. But yeah, Miles Bourne has really become a breakout guy in NXT. He's actually a guy that I felt like we almost kind of forgot about or slipped under when we were doing life. He's of a potential guy first half of 2024 because Vans was out there challenging the NXT title and everything. Him with Lexus and still moving on in some bigger guys. I like it.
Yeah, I think you're glitching a little bit, my friend. Ma home slice over there. I'll let you know if it settles down.
Now.
Yeah, it's a little bit bumpy. Yeah, I think you're straightening out. As always, folks, we are live. We are live more than anybody else out there, and happy to be back at it again tonight. Like we said, there's a lot going on. Of course, there's still SummerSlam conversation to have. Monday Night Raw last night was insane. Roman's still looking for his kicks. Poor guy. 2 weeks in a row.
Getting demoted every night of the week. I love seeing Punk's line back at him of at least I still have my shoes. And even when they're fighting, they're arguing up the ramp. Why are you never on time? I'm not here to save your ass.
No, I thought it was good stuff. I know someone commented on one of our shorts of like, oh, we knew finally Punk would show his true colors. We're like, wait, time out. They're doing a good job, bro. They're doing a good job. People are like, oh, we knew Punk was gonna freak out eventually. This is good shit.
That's what they're supposed to be doing. They're all arguing amongst each other and everything. I just want to clarify my Have I unbuffered?
Yeah, you seem pretty good. I'll let you know.
Okay, fair enough. Was making sure.
Yeah.
That's the only thing when we're live and everything. We're watching our end, and it's always the question of who's buffering.
Right? Is it me or is it you? But folks, last night, the top three: Spaz, Adam, Bradley. Shout out. Get your crown. That's what that little crown is. Get in that chat. Be active, and you get to be in the top three. So thank you, gentlemen, and we look forward to seeing who's there tonight. Garrett, first one in the chat tonight. Hopefully NXT will be good tonight. Just remember, the wrestling might suck. We never do. And we're going to be right back at it again all week long for all your favorite wrestling. So we always want it to be a good show, Nick.
Well, and NXT's been on a bit of a good run. I know last week it kind of like it had a main event and then it had the rest of the show with Wesley and Javon Evans was really the main event, even though Ethan Page and Santino. It was kind of like Dynamite this past week too, of like the main event ended up happening in the middle of the show at the top of the hour than the end of the show.
Yeah, I feel like I scored NXT a little bit low. It's generally pretty consistent. I feel some people were like, let's be real, like the Vince McMahon version of NXT 2.0 is better than this current run. I'm like,
oh, you're a fucking liar if you think that.
Now we're reaching, right? Yeah.
Those are probably the same people crashing out over Brock showing up, but I digress.
Oh my God, that's it. Listen, this is still a thing, and we'll touch on that quickly, but we got about 6 minutes to get through the chat. Zach, happy National Oyster Day. There you go. Eric, what's up, buddy? This is the night of run-ins. Jordan Grace, Lash legend, and maybe somebody from TNA. It will be interesting. Well, they got to amp up. We got some things coming up. Emergence is coming up. Heat Waves coming up, Nick. So never a dull moment.
Not at all. I saw someone mention in the chat earlier. I'm glad now it's all piecing together in my brain of what Eric said, what somebody else said about Moose potentially being there, and I'm glad I got Emergence right. I was trying to remember, was that the TNA pay-per-view name? But right. I think we're definitely going to start seeing again that TNA influence of the invasion angle potentially happening. Yeah,
I do feel that TNA is due for a bit of a get back here. And for those who are criticizing the relationship and accusing WWE of doing WWE things, I believe that you got to give them something. I feel like it's been a little NXT heavy for a little bit here. I feel like they got to give them a little something. Santino comes in, loses clean last week. It was fun to see him, but when does TNA kind of get a response here? Like if Santino had gotten a roll up last week and kind of sparked something, that's kind of fun. Maybe they put a boot to him like I thought they might. They didn't do it. We need something.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, even last week we had the little weird snippets of Joe Hendry popping in and out to where I thought I was crazy for a minute. And now is this though of WWE bringing over guys that they intend to sign or eventually transition over to WWE, like a Moose, a Joe Hendry, a Masha, etc.?
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, if it's everybody, we know Moose is might be a lifer in TNA. He's signed there forever. Signed the longest contract in TNA history. But yeah, I mean, again, a lot of them, this is a tryout. This is to get to know them. How are they backstage? How do they work? Do we think there's something here? Can we turn them into something bigger? I think there's a lot of that at play here for sure. But I also think there's opportunities like we see with Cedric Alexander, Ali, Cardona's been there. Like, not everyone has to just jump and go to a certain place. There's other landing spots. But I digress. 80 and AZ, Kevin, Timmy, Damien, how you doing? Unk in the house. Let's go, Soul. My heart and soul in action tonight. I love it. Clay Lewis, welcome back, sir. Josh, hope you're doing well. Take a breath, Damien. We're good. Hope you're doing well, sir. Kevin, we got you. The predictions champion, by the way. Dennis Hodge with us. Eric, we got you. Jordan, Vance, Wrestling Proud. Tiffany Johnson's in the house. How are you? Bradley, let's go. Dawn, always a pleasure. You caught that. Even Elimination Chambers. Paul Carpenter, member 20 months. Love it. Let's effing go. NXT is king of all shows. Let's see what they got tonight. We're only 3 minutes away, folks, and we are just running through all the hellos, the roll check, making sure everyone's present.
Right. And still doing what a lot of other streamers won't do and acknowledging everybody that shows up here and spends their time here.
Absolutely. We certainly try. Trey, how you doing? Terrence, welcome back. Alan got you. Kevin, Ken, Scott Rizzo, how you doing, buddy? Denisha's back with us. Trey's with us. Love it, love it, love it. Zach, we got you. But it's a full house tonight. Be a friend, tell a friend. And again, get in that chat. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know what's on your mind. Wesley's back with us. How you doing, Wesley? How you feeling today? And I feel like OG Dale's on the list. That's almost everyone for now, folks. But keep it coming. The Geek Box, the man. Dude, why are you not sleeping? Why is he here right now, Nick? He should be in bed.
The same reason why I'm here at times and everything like that, just for the love of the wrestling out there. But off to bed, as I have work in 4 hours. Burr, hope you have a great stream, boys. Well, hope you have a good night's sleep. That was awkward to say to another gentleman, but I digress.
Sleep tight.
Right,
No, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, in all seriousness, folks, I know a lot of you have already heard this, but if you haven't been over to Geekbox page, go check out his reaction videos. He's a great guy. He's bringing the community together. We appreciate him. He puts us on blast all the time, and we got nothing but love. He's a part of the Wrestling for Life family here, so we do appreciate him being around. Get to bed.
And go check on his channel too, where he interviewed the one KJ White and also the ringsider Anthony, the man who puts the T in TNA.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Do we get Evans confronting Oba? It could be Moose, but Javon, we saw what happened with Taker 2 weeks ago. Last week.
Yeah, well, I think Javon's the best fit. Moose has got to confront Trick because isn't that the match at Emergent? So as much as I'd love to see Moose and Oba go back at a big beefy boy slapping meat, it's got to be Trick and Moose. If Moose is here at all, he's going after Trick because that's the next match coming up.
Right. I agree. What's up, Klaatu? How you doing? Boston's in the house. Welcome back, sir. Bradley, we got you.
I'm agreeing with. I'm gonna go sympathize with Don here for half a second. Hence why I can't be on a lot of streams. Alarm goes off at 3:30. I'm way too early. Facts. I will admit my alarm goes off at. I have one set for 3:45, and I don't really wake up till about 4 o'clock, 4:15.
Right. Well, just remember that recording will be there when you wake up, Don, and we can keep you company on the way to work. So there's always a silver lining. But yeah, 3 a.m. I feel like Bart Simpson. Like they still make this. They still make this time.
Right. Well, I like the little tie-in of the silver lining when we got the silver background and everything with NXT.
Let's go. But yeah, we'll see what starts to show off. We're about 6 seconds away. But we're looking for a lot to figure out. Again, we will get into a little bit of the IWC and how things are going over there.
Who was with Tony D that ended last week?
Oh, yeah.
Who's the one that showed up? He's not the Dawn anymore.
Is it the same person that yelled out to Andre or Chase?
Yeah, just the mystery to never be seen.
Yeah. Hey, Andre. I forgot about it. So we will see. Chase U is in action tonight. I see Spazzer, but we're going to do the lineup as I'm getting the Netflix logo, folks. You can sync up at home if you want to play along at the same speed. Then just a split.
Now. As we are sticking up, take up forever. Christ, I keep skipping it together.
It's 2 days in a row with it together.
I know.
Together.
I just want to be together with you, my guy.
That's it, folks. We're dialed in. We are together. We are ready to go. Get in that chat. Blow it up. Tell your friends. Share our link. Click those buttons. And let's blow up the algorithm as NXT kicks off and Spaz dropping in with a $10 goodie bag.
It's been a day, but hey, at least we got Wrestling's Chill Zone, Wrestling for Life Network for Life. Also, Geekbox has great stuff. Bummed I didn't see it sooner. Also, it's National Underwear Day, but you don't got to participate. Thankfully.
Not.
Yeah. Little do you know, that's why we're only shot from the the chest up and everything.
Don't you hate pants? But, ladies and gentlemen, our first match, we're kicking off the action right away. Blake Monroe is up next as she will take on Kehani Jordan, I do believe.
How do you feel about Blake Monroe so far in NXT? Because last week was a little fumbly bumbly, wasn't the greatest segment. she's got the feud with Jordan Grace, so I'm excited to see where this goes and everything. But I'm interested on how you feel how she's coming out the blocks.
I think it started well. I like the character. I like what they're trying to do. I don't mind the I Dream of Genie kind of vibe to things. As Kehani Jordan heading out, get your votes in, folks. Let us know who you're taking in this one, as it looks like we're going to get a jump start. Yeah, we are. Ding,
right?
Ding. And Liv Morgan's sister is reffing again.
And is it interesting that they have Maybelline as the center sponsor?
No, I think it's good.
Which, for those who don't know, that now WWE's got a partnership, a deal worked out with Maybelline as well. Yeah. So not only just all the stuff for the male wrestlers, stuff for the lady wrestlers, do what you want to do. But yeah, that's a big company to get. And that's extra revenue that, again, UFC does, AAA does. We've seen it already in wrestling in that avenue. New Japan did it for the longest time.
Yeah, but again, I mean, I think it's nice to see, again, you got a lot of women, especially in NXT, carrying the weight, and something a little more in line with them, and then products that, female wrestling fans can
their demographic
and support and expand that demographic. I think I heard Triple H say 40% of their demographic is female. I feel like that's high, but I mean, again, I think if that's the case, again, the macho, testosterone-driven ads are great, but let's sprinkle in a little bit for everybody, right?
Right.
Bum, bum, bum.
Trey, what up? I'm just skipping. I got Spaz with a $5 super chat. Why did the rich man get fur-lined underwear? He wanted ball-to-ball carpeting.
Joke of the day. As we spin. But back to Blake. I thought her start was good. We saw a little bit of a hiccup, and I don't know if it was necessarily all her fault. She didn't come off as a great promo, like she was really grabbing the audience. And then everybody else seemed miscasted. Like Kehani comes out as a heel, Blake's being a heel. No Jordan, as we are getting a picture-in-picture. It looks like Mrs. Grace is in the building.
Run, bitch, run. But that whole segment just came off weird. I know some people were all like, oh, it's body shaming and all that. I don't even think that was the biggest issue. Or, oh, well, if this was Wednesday, they would have crucified people. I think it was just bad all the way around. I did like the line of, well, now look, Kehani's finally got a personality sling blade.
Nice sling blade.
That's the thing is, seeing Mariah May, Blake Monroe, who we know from all of what she did in AEW with Toni Storm and everything, can cut a promo, is good in the ring, is super talented. To see her really fumble that hard. Yeah.
It's a bigger platform, bigger stage, more nerves, especially if this was your dream. Like maybe it's a little tougher. She's not far off. I think one of the things for me, and people can tell me if I'm wrong, but it does expose a little bit the differences. And when we talk about people coming over, and there's a lot of debate, do they go to NXT? Do they go to the main roster? Everyone was like, oh, Blake doesn't need NXT. She's like, again, being number 2 or number 3 on the AEW roster doesn't make you instantly move across to the main roster and be 2 or 3 in WWE. You might actually be 15th, 18th, 20th. Well,
I think that's when you end up in NXT and everything. Is Kehani with a literal split stunner.
I like it. The women of NXT continue to be the best part of NXT. They have been the strongest part.
Oh, for sure. That's been. Why do you think our whole thumbnail was all the ladies, on the show tonight? And it's been kind of that way. We've had whole pay-per-view events, PLEs, whatever you want to call them, from NXT that have been predominantly female-led. They were doing Evolution weekly, damn near.
Yeah, it's funny where people talk about like we need more of this. And like I remember, was it Halloween Havoc that there was one Lexus King had like a 3-minute match, and there was the only male.
There was one guy match on the male match on the whole show.
But Kehani's going up top, folks. Let's see what the chat said, Nick. 64%, 62 going Blake Monroe.
Headbutt. That's the only time that the jumping off the rope into nothing kind of halfway makes sense if you get caught with a goddamn headbutt in the middle of it.
Right. Nice buzz in the crowd right now, from what I can hear. And Blake looks good tonight. Kehani looks good tonight. And we got problems.
Ron, fuck the match. Ron, I'll take a count out.
Get
I'll
out of
save my
here.
life.
Jordan's got a neck brace on, looking like Tony Khan at the NFL draft.
Wait, I can do that real quick. No, I'm not going to do that.
Go ahead.
Caught up in it.
Do it.
Yeah. See,
shit.
I'm Jordan Grace. Yeah.
Jordan almost rips the door off the car. Blake Monroe gets out. She had a car waiting. Go figure. And Blake Monroe takes off, folks.
She was planning her out. There, I'm taking this off now. It's suffocating the beard.
Oh, shit. And they do the count out.
Hey,
Jordan.
I'll give her credit because that's literally what I was saying. I'll save my ass. Take the count out.
Right? Are you surprised they actually went through with the count out? A lot of times we see, like, we just move on. Like, nah.
I'm glad they did because I'm sticklers for like that and everything.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. And hey, it's a win for Kehani over Blake. And the Blake haters out there were like, see, she lost again. I love them. I love them.
I just like the connection of Blake haters and Blake haters of Blake that's haters. A nice little touch there.
I like it. I like it. But we got Chase U, the new version of Chase. Is this like 2.0? Is this like Saved by the Bell, the college years?
Yeah, it's mini Ben Bishop and Brogan Finley. That I'm surprised that this is the most you could do with the other Finley.
Yeah. Why does Brogan Finley look so much like Peter Avalon?
With a rat tail.
Like, right? Like, does he not look like the librarian or whatever the fuck? It's heel versus heel. Yeah, technically, and that was part of the clunkiness of last week. There was two heels, two baby faces, but they were on the wrong sides. Everybody was yelling at the wrong person. We're like,
well, that's the thing is Jada's supposed to be a heel, even though she's a baby face with everybody, or is Kehani supposed to be a baby face, even though she's a heel with everybody?
Heelish.
Yeah.
Right? And we got we get Lola back kind of in that baby face role. That's not my favorite. We'll see if
she's not trying to cry, so she's good. I like it this way. They got into it this way because she's just a fighter and she's all of that. They actually took their time with this and made it make sense instead of just she randomly pivots and somebody's cutting onions.
That's true. Yeah, no, I agree. Who was in the car? Who was in the car? It's Tony Storm.
Who was the driver?
Who's the driver? It's Luther.
Do you imagine he makes the jump?
Right.
Why had somebody ask me today, would it be an outlandish theory and everything if you see Abrahantes show up with Penta?
I'm dying for it. There's money to be made with Alex Abrahantes. And shout out to Alex. I've been beating this guy's drum, for like 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
AEW doesn't use him proper. WWE could use him. There's not enough good managers. People are trying to convince me that Don might be one of them, Mr. Callis. He spends way too much time sitting at commentary to do his job properly. He drives me nuts. But Abrahantes, especially with the Penta Says stuff, it worked so well. And they let it go. And I don't understand why they let it go. But I'm a huge Abrahantes.
When you have people that bring up the whole language barrier thing might be an issue. And you have someone like Abrahantes who can do all of that and get it over of the fact that he's got that whole gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you? If he was available, why wouldn't you? Because especially if what they're doing right now of pushing Penta as a solo guy, realistically, that's the best way to get him over. You give him an advocate, and an energized one that like is part of the shtick and is full of energy. And especially, I mean, it works a little bit better in the day that Penta becomes a heel. But right now, I mean, even as a babyface, Alex is such an energy guy. I would love for him. I have no idea when he's free to go, if he's ever free to go. I would love it. Yeah, well, it's reminding me of what you could have done initially out the gate with Zelina and Andrade when he got called up. You would have really helped him hit the ground running. Not saying that Penta isn't, but I think it really helps him elevate to that next level, makes him feel like such a huge star. Yeah, for sure.
Spaz coming in with another $5 super chat. Birds aren't real. We know this. But if they were, they wouldn't wear underwear. Their peckers are on their faces. It hard. Good one. We'll say
Spaz
good one.
with all of the dad jokes of the evening and everything, folks out there.
It's just the witty comeback that instantly pops in my head is not appropriate. So we got to move on.
Fair enough. AW fans are mad. They are getting Mariah May in stories that aren't just awkward sniffing shoe shots and 2000s era HLA. Oh, I'm not gonna stop that comment there.
Losses in the end.
I'm gonna pivot and thank you, Spaz, for the $5 again. We like being on YouTube, sir. Is if we're talking about doing shoeies and everything, of doing inappropriate things with shoes, we've got the tribal thief out there wearing the shoe Lafala. I saw people throwing around the idea, is he taking shoeies out of these shoes and everything? Like, is there a reason he's specifically targeting Roman Reigns?
I think it's Roman Reigns, and I think because those shoes are worth a mint. Eventually,
well, no, because I saw people that were challenging him or calling him out of those are the mints. Like, I saw people that are shoe heads and everything that were like Roman Reigns when Bronson's not going to take his shoes, and then Roman Reigns when Bronson's going to take his shoes. His shoe game steps down a step.
Right. All right,
I
folks.
got Hank and Tank out here. Our kindred spirits.
The tag titles are on the line. So, yeah, Hank and Tank taking on Chase U. Get your votes in. Let us know who you're taking. But, yeah, no, it's going to be interesting in this one.
Well, and I saw Damien had a comment, I think I clicked on it, of what's happened to the NXT tag division, the SmackDown tag divisions, what's happened to the NXT tag division. Of a lot of people just moved on up to the east side there. Of now you've got to reestablish this. You've got to bring back some newer tag teams or develop some new tag teams.
Yeah, well, I would agree with that. I mean, Fraxium was a big loss for sure. They carried this division.
They were the best tag team in wrestling for years.
A year. He was
outside of a year. That's still an accomplishment as fuck.
But we do have the tag titles on the line. Why I said ever, fans. All right, Chris, how you doing, buddy? KJ and Nick, do you think that Brooke Hogan said today on the bubble? I didn't really get too deep into this. I think that what I have to say is not allowed, but
I don't know what she said, and I guess I don't want to know what she said, but I'm more really surprised that there's an app called the Bubble or the Bubble, the Rumble. Oh, what are we doing out here?
Nice move into the power bomb. Yeah, it's just about she was asked to be taken out of the will, I believe. Like I said, I didn't get deep enough into it to have a real solid professional
not my family, not my care.
Yeah, not my monkeys, not my circus.
Exactly.
I really don't care.
I'm not involved. I wasn't in the will, so I don't care about their will.
Yeah, the huckster didn't hook me up, so we're
gonna... I was too busy with the Nacho Man.
Oh, big kick from Hank. Here comes Tank.
I'm surprised of Chase U working pretty well, at least to start this off as the tag team. I mean, they look like if they weren't given the Chase U gimmick and were on a tag team onto their own and everything, I almost might take them a bit more seriously, might get behind them a bit more. The Chase U thing has died 1,000 deaths.
Yeah, and I almost think that instantly associating them with Chase U kind of dampers them right out of the gate. Like we're already kind of like, eye rolling. We know nothing about them, but we're like, shit, you're Chase U. You're not good.
Yeah, it's like coming in the Spirit Squad.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Or the Nexus or the Core. Like, well, the secondary Nexus.
Really nice exchange here between Tank and Brogan. He looks like a Brogan.
He looks broken instead of broken.
Yeah, a little broken there.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that's what I'm saying of I like they're working really well as a tag team. This is a good tag team match. I wish I gave a bit of a fuck more about them because they didn't have the Chase U stamp on them.
Look.
Yeah.
Over. The crowd's on their feet. This is good.
And lands it clean.
I don't know how I feel about these one-legged pants.
Why has he got? Oh, I thought it was he had the Billy Gunn, lips, shit on his ass there on his tights.
Oh, rolls through. Oh, down we go.
Yo.
Huge.
In the black hole slam, melt a tilt-a-whirl slam.
Oh, sandwich.
Oh. And Brogan pushes his partner as, again, save the legal man. That's a cool little subtext there.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble, though. There it is.
1, 2, 3.
Wait,
2?
what the fuck just happened?
What the ref fucked up with that.
Boo.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been that. That was clearly set up
happened?
for that to be, because Brogan didn't break it up. No one broke that up of you kicked out of their fucking finisher, or their tag team finisher, so we can set it up and do it again.
What happened there, though? It was such a... The ref counted, like, I guess it was expected, but they're running it back.
Yeah, they're literally running back the exact spot of, that's the ref. You fucked up. You fucked up.
Yeah, it looks like they ran back the identical spot, because even you still had the other man on the outside.
Brogan just disappeared. No one kept him from getting involved.
Right.
That ref fucked that up. That's ref trying to fuck on me. If anyone knows the Botchamania moment.
It's over. Hank and Tank retain. Lights out. Lights out. Oh.
Deep state, deep fake, dark state. Fucking
deep fake. I like deep fake right now.
Fair enough.
But here they come. I mean, I think they've been doing okay, bro.
They just no rhyme or fucking reason. It is literally retribution. But they're not on the main roster, so you don't expect that much out of them.
I don't think they're retribution bad. And I love this. The toss powerbomb is great.
Yeah, the Shield did it. A lot cooler and a lot better.
They do it good. I don't know. How do you guys feel this is going? As they blank out. They're going for those tag titles, bro. And now we got Jason.
Fine, fuck it. We've seen how the Wyatts, were a faction that ended up having to go towards the tag titles and everything. So that's what's going to happen with Dark State. Davin, what up, though? I will acknowledge. What up, my guy?
Look who it is. The Iceman. The Concierge. Ash by Elegance wants that title.
Anthony somewhere is marking out.
Right?
Dark Sea, I agree with this. This is a bit, well, not fully how I feel, but at least they need direction. They're not okay, but they need direction for sure.
They are okay. They could use some direction, and maybe it is the tag titles. Okay, we got Laney, Jasmine, JC. Who's Fallon? Holy shit. Fallon is just like evolving.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Right? As we got Mills and Heights. Miles. Millhouse.
Which one of these two is the Millhouse? Miles is definitely Bart Simpson.
Uh-oh.
Well, now I wonder what's going to be going on with Tavion, because how does he feel of Miles got out of, the quarter pound of abuse crew.
Right.
And
it's getting darker
just left this man behind. Well, why is everyone having to fight their way out of the household?
Well, Heights is out now, right?
Yes, now we finally meet the final boss to get out of the crew, which I've never seen that before in a faction. You got to fight your boss to get out of there.
Right.
You got to fight dad to get out of the house.
Right. Dark State, Freebird rules. Yeah, could be. I know Ace Manny used to run Destiny Wrestling. Yeah. We might have a slightly different opinion. He owes
I have a
us
slight beef with Iceman.
Yeah. I'm glad he showed up on time for his NXT appearance. We'll put it that
me
way.
and him we're on cool temperatures with that man.
Right.
I'll put it that way.
But yeah, Spaz, you ever bump into him, let him know he owes. Chase you. That was referees botch. Dark State are Shield clones.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I love you.
You can't do nothing.
You said it in a whole
Always got to be a throwback to something that once was. Because
that's all it is. That's all it is. Well, for sure, though, that ref had a whole spot up.
Oh, yeah. His
that matchup. That match was good until it wasn't.
He counted to 3, then said the shoulder was up, and then we were like, I guess he did not really. I think he counted the 3, and then was like, shit, I wasn't supposed to do that, and thought more was supposed to happen.
Did he do one of those? Was it that because you couldn't fully see what's named shoulders or anything because Brogan was sliding in and all of that?
Yeah.
Did he do one of those of I'm going to call it as is of there's an actual kick out here, so I'm going to actually not do the call and keep it fully, kayfabe, because everybody outsold that spot. Like that was the end of the match. That was built to be the end of the match. We were already 3 count and walking away from the match when they were like, "Oh, it's a 2."
Right. Everybody went back, assume the position, redid it. That was hilarious. Yeah, definitely. Just like a glitch. It was crazy. Bobby, how you doing? Richard, we got you. Randy 2.0. Might be 3.0. Fletcher's in the mix for that conversation. Who's the little guy?
Yeah, he's doing that thick twistage of stabbing people in the calves with screwdrivers and everything.
Right. Ash and JC Thursday, and we will be here for that. On Thursday, we go live at 7:45, and we will be bringing you T&A Wrestling. So Ash and JC, this should be fun.
Yeah, and again, we're still, like we talked about towards the beginning of the show, we're building towards, don't you fucking start that. Don't you start that. Don't you wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. But we're also building
use a leader?
No. Not with that shit. No, because that's the same. That's Christ almighty. Now I had it in my head, and the Final Testament and everything. That's the exact same thing, just even slightly worse. He ends up Mustafa Ali with that, because remember, Mustafa was the leader of Retribution. It's the same thing. But as I was saying, of Emergence is coming up, so 100% TNA is going to be kicking off, and expecting, as we've already seen, some TNA influence on tonight's show.
Yeah, no, and I think it's only just begun. Wrestling Revolver are having 2 shows on Saturday, Jerry Lynn Invitational 1 and 2. Absolutely.
Fair enough. I might have to check that out. See, John C. gets me if somebody called Mustafa Ali to give Dark State direction. Absolutely. Man's been in this shit before.
Yeah,
you got William. She's still there. Where's the reckoning?
I wouldn't even make Cross the leader of Dark State. I'd make him just one of the guys, like the henchman.
What? Oh, I will fucking fight you. I will take a flight and find you. And
he's got to prove himself
on your front yard.
He hasn't.
Would you do Malachi, Cross, and Shinsuke?
The Dark Union? Yeah.
The Evil Empire.
Evil Empire. As we got the culling in the.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Right. I mean, something. I mean, what are you going to do with Cross? I mean, again, rumor is his contract expires this weekend.
Do you think, and I know we've got the culling, and this probably would have been better a couple minutes ago, of that this is, again, much like the R-Truth thing, of to where they're working the crowd, they're working the fan base of there's no deal in place, but there's a deal in place of we're leaking out the information we want to get out.
I would almost sell it like you didn't re-sign him and just have him keep like fucking up the shows, like just show up during.
That's what I want. I want it. That would be fantastic if he did that. He's the fucking anarchist. He's Moxley. That wasn't Moxley.
Oh, sorry, we got Thea Hail. No, what they were doing with Jensen, like run that kind of vibe. Like he's just like, fuck it, I don't care if you employ me. I deserve my shot, and I'm not going anywhere till I get it.
For half a second thought, do you throw him, like, do you redo the schism? No.
Without WWE NXT, TNA is a third-rate indie company. I can't fully agree with that, sir. It's a smaller company, but I wouldn't call it. It's far more storyline driven than a lot of people give it credit for.
How so?
Yeah,
not like we really watched that. How do you feel about that with Thea Hail of Chaotic Adventures of
so
blur out her swearing, and of course she goes back to the coffee.
I follow Thea Hail as she goes on her coffee journeys, and that sounds horribly.
You're hoping for a Tim Hortons to pop up.
Yeah, right. Thea, do a Timmy's. Let's go. I want a review on a double-double. But no, I mean, again, she's doing stuff to keep herself kind of busy, noticed by the fans, so that she doesn't fall completely off. So I think it's kudos to her. We've seen her up and down the lineup. She just, I think she's a talented young wrestler. I think there's been a lot of talent around her, and she kind of gets lost in the shuffle. So good on her for keeping busy, and we'll see where she goes from here.
She had that moment to where she was serious and she was hitting everybody with Kimuras, and she's kind of that flying squirrel.
Oh,
I think the big thing that to take away from NXT is there's a lot of personality amongst the show. Everybody kind of feels like they, well, most part have a defined character and everything. Jada's got a ton of personality. Thea's got a ton. Well, Christ, Lexus King's coming out here on a goddamn throne and all of that. There is a lot of character involved in NXT.
Right. Yeah, 100%. And I mean, we've talked a lot about others who haven't been able to find that. Lex is a good example. Lexus hasn't quite dialed in the way others have. He's doing okay, but other people have passed him because he's still struggling to find that what really separates him. It's funny to me right now. He reminds me of young Jericho.
Yeah, actually, that's not a terrible shout. Does he need a Rufus? Does he need a Rufus? Anyone who remembers Rufus from the WCW era, take your medication, take your pain reliever, because you probably have a sore back.
The sore joints.
Yeah.
Thea on caffeine. Yeah. Oh, she's on the caffeine hard.
If you're Tony, now I just made me think of this. If you're Tony Khan and Chris Jericho is doing an angle or doing a retirement, or you do Goldberg's second last match of him versus Chris Jericho, and you do the whole security guard knock, do you have Rufus if he's still kicking? I don't know if he's in his point kicking. Do you have somebody show him and do that for Chris Jericho when he comes out in like the old school crop top with the fucking little, pineapple top hairdo and everything, the up top ponytail?
Died 1993, age 60.
Oh, well, I'm an asshole then, I guess.
That's a long time. Wait, am I looking at the right person?
How many people are named Rufus?
Well, I don't want to be fucking Meltzer and start pronouncing people past that aren't.
Fair enough. I was trying to come up with a witty comeback, and it evaded me. As we are underway, folks, let us know who you're taking, whether you're taking Miles Bourne, the Bourne identity, versus Lexus King.
Okay. Oh, he did pass in 2019.
Oh, okay. So that seems
that makes more sense.
Right.
He wasn't popular till 1998, which would have been like 6 years post-mortem.
He's a ghost. It was a ghost all along. Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Right. I see dead wrestlers.
And I would have gotten over too if it wasn't few meddling kids.
Yeah. King going to the top.
Right.
Oh, big drop kick by Bourne.
I have seen such a fucking overabundance of top rope nothings in wrestling lately. Everyone's jumping into a fucking move, into a moment that you would not actually be successful if you were really doing that to hit an offensive maneuver. You would not be in that position.
Went well, what was it?
What was your projected outcome?
I demand answers, damn it.
I demand the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Yeah, welcome to the show, folks. We
brought it all the way back to Ron Killings.
Yeah, well played.
Yeah.
Not on the main roster. My bad.
He was asking why Saints isn't on the main roster as we're in commercial break right now.
Maybe soon.
Well, there's who jumps to the main roster first, him or Ethan Page?
Ethan's got the title, the strap still. And I'm curious where that goes. Ricky, have we seen Ricky since he got beat and put through the table? Did he come? Was he there last week? Somebody remind me. I don't remember Ricky last week. Sorry, Rick.
I feel like Might have, but it's kind of been run, Ricky, run.
Right. So yeah, maybe it's a little bit of that. He might be closer to the door. And especially if you find somewhere that you think he fits in well.
Vision? Do you have a vision for Ricky Saints?
Yeah, didn't I feel like they called themselves Absolute Power?
They did, and then everyone's like, no, we had a Mandela effect mid-show of everyone just forgot Absolute Power. Because I remembered, I was like, I saw the vision floating around. I was like, that's not what we saw and talked about on the show.
I saw it and I was like,
wait,
we
missed it?
That's not what I heard.
Right.
But Lexus down, Miles in control.
Baby Randy a chance. Jason saying, breaking news, ESPN has acquired NFL Network. Ah, shit. Red Zone's going
to is that bad for you?
Yes, as an NFL fan, 100% of, because ESPN used to be, remember when ESPN, and this is going to be a halfway tirade, is I had 2 minutes to get this in, remember when ESPN, and I don't know if I'm just speaking to the Americans here, it used to be the shit you watch before you go to school, and you just get the Sports Center top 10 highlights, and you had the scroll and everything, to where it was cool and actually showed sports. ESPN is becoming more and more MTV when it comes to music.
There's no
they ain't showing fuck all for sports, really. They'll still have their big games, but as far as outside content, they've already canceled Around the Horn and everything. Now you add in the NFL Network. I can't wait to watch the most unscripted, commercial-free NFL Red Zone, to where we tune into all the games right when everyone's scoring, and if having nothing but fucking commercials and probably Pat McAfee show up on it.
Well, there you go, folks. That's we
there's my rant. KJ's known for his rants. There's my rant on fucking football.
There you go. We have the Sportsnet here, so Sports Network or Sportsnet, depending on who's carrying at that particular time. But that's our ESPN, and they do the Sports Center identical, and I think you know that. But the
that's gone. That's gone. That's dead.
That's gone. We still use it. We're good.
Oh no, I think it might still show up on the show, but it don't mean shit. It feels empty and hollow now at this point.
Right. As folks, we are on a commercial break. Lexus King is all over Miles Bourne right now.
And, ESPN is the Stephen A. Smith show.
That's pretty much it, right?
Stephen A. McAfee. It was Shannon until he got fired. Yeah, that's really, it's talking head segments. There's no actual highlights or any shit like that anymore. Like I said, it's MTV for music.
Right. Jose waiting for the fucking TSN ticker to come back around, or the ESPN one. That's the funniest shit. And how many times you're sitting there waiting, distracted. Oh fuck! What waiting?
It was that, and the only other thing that equated to it was when you were having to look for the ticker on the news of if your school was closed or on a delay or anything like that.
Yeah. As we are back to the action, Bourne, King doing their thing. Young Randy Orton, Miles, Bourne for the win. What did the chat say? 81% going Miles. 6 did say Keith Sweat might have a role in this one.
Fair enough. I like how Keith Sweat has just taken the role of nobody in the polls.
Right.
That should just be now. That's going to be in all the polls now. There's not going to be.
He's grabbing his ear. Oh, look at this. Stomps on the
side of his head. He hit him so hard he gave him back hearing.
Well, he stomped.
That's why he's freaking out. This is the first time I've heard noise.
Who the fuck said that? Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, Lexus King stomps on the ear of Miles, who has hearing issues. That's a silly way to put it. But
TV content was another good one. So ESPN, not as it used to be, Nick. No, not at all. Not even close. I don't know if that's supposed to be sarcastic, but yeah.
Right.
I don't know why I said it even that way. But it's official. Lexus hates deaf people or partially deaf.
This can be the new thing. The new Brock Lesnar rage will be, picking on.
I'd rather argue about Lexus King disliking, hearing impaired people than fucking Brock Lesnar, but being honest.
Right. Yeah, 100%, 150%.
Not as good here.
Not as good. My freaking ears.
Right.
as Lex is just kicking Miles in the face. Pretty good match.
Yeah, I think I spun us off on a tirade that we're trying to circle back away from.
We got a little lost in the
sauce
there for a second.
Yeah.
No. All a part of the show, folks. Lex is attacking the ear like Ethan was attacking Javon's jaw. There you go. Find the weakness and expose it.
As up next, we're getting Nia Jax versus Thea Hail.
Yeah, they're not even messing around. Like, up next, this is what you're getting.
Well, because they've got, 6 matches or so that are advertised for tonight. It's not like a Monday Night Raw, which I get after SummerSlam. You only have a few things because the excitement's high. But on a weekly, like SmackDown, and we get 2 matches announced, I'm going to fight you, Hunter.
Oh, it was like last night. One match and 2 segments.
Well, that's coming off of a big 2-weekend event. That one.
I was on your side.
I was agreeing with you.
And Miles gets the win. Nice way to bring it home. Good win for Miles. Good
he's
match.
Still selling the ear and everything.
As he should be. He got stepped on.
That's going to be a weird thing going forward if that becomes like, I know his one weakness, like that's his Krypton, of just stomp on his head.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a weakness. It's an Achilles heel for him in a way. And but I mean, in a way, that's how they played it here, right? So yeah.
Right. No, I just
tries to expose it. Natural born killer. I like that. The other one about MDB owning AEW. So the update on that is AEW refuses to unredact their document. Run with me. It's my Canadian. But they are supposed to disclose the members of the ownership group. They still refuse. So now I believe it's going to go back to state court where they will decide whether or not this stuff has to be open. I'm still kind of hoping just for the conversation. I want to know, bro. You think there's guys up there right now sweating?
Well, speaking of sweating, dark state on my goddamn screen. Wearing black hoodies and masks in the middle of fucking August and July. No. With all of that, the fact that it's going to go to Florida, they're not going to open up files. We know that that's not going to happen. Well, the U.S. is good at not opening files recently and everything, so they're going to very much, just let this just dissipate and go away. And that's the thing is if it gets kicked back to, like I said, they're in Jacksonville, so if it gets kicked back to Florida, as an American, I'm respectfully feeling the opinion that they are just this is gonna dissipate. This is gonna go away.
Well, the lawsuit.
Go ahead.
Well, the lawsuit itself has to have some type of conclusion, some type of. I'm surprised.
Settlement, arbitration. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
I'm surprised it hasn't done that already. Like, wouldn't you, if you were Tony, the man who spends abundance of money just on random licensing rights, never mind everything else, you just throw a fucking stack of like double, triple what this guy wants. Just here you go, fuck off, goodbye.
You're the same guy that goes at Twitter accounts with 10 followers and an egg emoji and everything like that. That guy, the same guy that gets involved in dirt sheet debates and discussions. I mean, that guy, like, no, he's petty, petty. And all of that.
Just pay him, send him on his way.
Yeah, but why
are you fucking around?
To tie it into a whole other thing that I know we've talked about a bit and everything, do you think that that's part of with bringing Brock back is they know that the whole Vince thing's going a certain way, that they know this might become less and less of an issue and less of a story that we're going to deal with the smoke and the heat that we get for a minute, because in the end, it'll just go away.
Yeah, I just have a feeling it's going to be a long, drawn-out process. I don't even believe they've really even got into it yet. They're still fucking around with the lawyer pandering and the back and forth.
The delay, it's one of those again, it's a bit like Seth's injury of everyone's kind of been quiet on the Western front here, so it might seem like we're out of the woods, we're out of the line.
What I said about Tony Khan, I mean, Vince is infamous for just throw some money at it. Like, and I'm not condoning it, folks, before anybody runs with that idea. I'm not condoning it, but it was his MO for a long time of like, oh, someone wrong, here's some money. And I think that he wants nothing more, but this is a bigger story, and we really do have to understand what happened. And I think the people who are outraged out there because of that story have every right to be. And there's no denying that there seems to be a lot to unfold here with this. But ultimately, we gotta see how it plays out. And it doesn't mean that everybody gets painted with the same brush. And we got to be smart about it. But we'll see where it goes, Nick. I mean, it's a mess.
Well, the Michael Cole kind of halfway cutaway during the middle of Monday Night Raw was very awkward and very felt like, oh, we kind of feel like we need to do this now.
Oh. Right. I forgot to put a poll up for this match.
Well, don't worry. The fans have already gotten their polls up for this match. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, we got a whole dip here. Nia taking on Thea. Is anybody taking Thea? We got one Thea. I vote.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it depends on if Lash Legend gets involved and either helps Thea get the win, whether it just attacks Nia Jax and Nia gets the win by DQ or shows up after the match. I like this from Dylan. It won't be in Florida. It'll be in Michigan, is where the person who brought the suit lives. Fair enough. Again, we're not lawyers. We don't pretend to be, right. Not even small town bird lawyers. But yeah, that gives me interesting hope if it's going to be in Michigan and everything that we might get, like you were kind of alluding to, of we might have to open some books. We might have to know what percentage Dave owns.
What do you think makes them the most nervous? I mean, there's been talks that there's direct money from Saudi coming into AEW. And this is all speculation and rumors. Again, we're not like the other guys. We're not pretending we know. We quite honestly are real straight up about we don't know.
Right.
But Wrestling Observer Incorporated owns 5%, 8%. Does that matter? Spiteful, are they in there? I doubt it. That's silly.
No, would it be independent? Would it be personally owned because it's a privately traded company? So
it's that group though, right? Like it's that, and this is what they're trying to figure out because they're trying to move this so bad.
I'm saying of more of that. It would be Dave Meltzer versus Wrestling Observer Network or anything like that. Like it would be more personal people who have ownership stake in it because think about it. Tony Khan's going to be on there. Shad Khan's going to be on there. I wonder how much of a Cody or the Jacksons or Kenny is going to be on there, especially if they're EVPs or anything. And then you get into the interesting questions of, I think it'd be more, again, personal of, does Dave Meltzer personally have an ownership stake in AEW? Does an SRS have a personal ownership stake?
What do you think they're trying to hide the most, though? Like, what is the most that they really like? Fuck, we really can't let people. Is it Dave? Does Dave cripple them if it comes out that Dave's been on the take the whole time, or does it just really? It doesn't. I think it kills Dave.
There's people who will say for anyone bullshit. Who's not in the IWC, this means fuck and all to them. That's the thing. This is so insider baseball shit.
Yeah. It's it's Beatnik Investment that they're trying to divulge who all is a part of Beatnik Investment Group. So that's the parent company. I think like if the Meltzer thing comes out, like Meltzer's name's on the list, it cripples him in a big way, I think.
Well, then it gets interesting of depending on if you really wanted to get fucking petty and nitpicky of he's such a journalist, does his statements and his stories then become, towards WWE things become an issue? Do they become disparaging? Is that, this, do you open it up for a countersuit or anything? Because that's the thing is now because you are an owner of the company, now and that you're speaking about your competitor and you're doing it from a dishonest position of you're not acknowledging that you're an owner and invested in this company. That's the thing is you really open a whole fucking pack of worms here, depending on who's behind this. Because again, if you're dishonest with who's, actually, as an owner and speaking from that position, the Jacksons get away. But if per se an SRS, or especially a Meltzer and Alvarez or anything, now you're speaking from a different perspective and you put out everything coming from, you've been dishonest about a whole lot of things, and now you get into really mucky water.
Yeah, listen, Nick's spitting fire right now. You dialed right in, like, hold my beer. No, dude, I mean, that's crazy. I hadn't even thought of that. I was more just dialed into like the reputation and what it does for credibility. That's a whole nother can of worms, because technically, an employee or part owner of a company, at that point, purposely committing, slander and
you defrauded. You were
disparaging your
old term. Yeah, you were saying, and that's the thing, is it's one thing if you were going to say that as an owner and publicly known as an owner of that company, but if you're doing that and you're pitching this whole image that you're impartial, you're just a journalist, you're just reporting facts, then it gets into muddy waters of you are doing deceivious acts. And that's when it gets really interesting, especially in civil suits versus criminal suits. Again, we have to bring this up because you can't talk about wrestling apparently in 2025 without lawsuits.
No, courts and lawsuits and shit.
Right. Everybody's got to have a halfway law degree. But anyways.
I do want to point out Nia and Thea are putting on a mini clinic right now, which is my new favorite
super talented. Nia, again, has fully reinvented herself from being just this lumbering botch machine.
Put Thea with Ivy Nile.
Spastic-tastic.
Not quite my first thought, but wow. Well,
I was trying to think of something. I mean,
very perfect.
The Caffeine Twins, they can be out there. They can be in a whole group with Cappuccino Jones.
Let's go. Cappuccino Jones, one of my favorite names out there.
Right. Currently,
Nia hitting the ring post. A strong competitive match for Thea.
Yeah, this has gone through a whole commercial break and everything. By the way.
Why is Nia on NXT? It's a good question.
Lash Legend.
That's a better answer. I think we're gonna get a little Lash Nia coming out of the Battle Royal at Evolution. So Nia's just doing some busy work right now and helping some youngsters get over. So
and Jose, the burden of proof in civil cases is way lower than in criminal cases. Absolutely. And I guess that's 100%. On one hand, if you're Vince McMahon, you're sweating bullets, but at the same time, if you're AEW, you're also sweating bullets. That's the thing, is it's a civil case of the injury case with AEW. So again, burden of proof is a lot lower.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, again, I think right now, because of how this is played out, if you are the plaintiff, you're in a position of power, because if they're coming at you trying to settle, we'll settle. You're like, no, you're desperate to settle for whatever reason. I don't give a fuck what your reason is, but I feel like the plaintiff right now is in a bit of a position of power in negotiating. And again, I'm shocked that Tony let it get here, because now they're in a pickle. It's going to go back and there will be a ruling, and there's a good chance, or maybe there is a chance, as the Annihilator
2, 3.
But I mean, I want it unsealed. Now that they're being like I heard Dave, a sleazy company does sleazy things. Well,
and then deleted that tweet.
Oh yeah, because he's the sleaziest of the sleaze bags.
Well, because someone called him out. So if you're making your money off a sleazy company, then what does that make you?
Sleazy. He's greasy. He is fucking greasy.
You greasy bastard. You.
Yeah, you greasy bastard. I have no sympathy. And again, you see this kind of thing and you're like, this feels a little this. And again, all I've ever said to everybody out there is just judge everyone equally. Whatever your fucking moral lines are, pick them, but you got to judge everybody with the same 2 cents. The best idea is don't judge anybody, but if you're going to do it consistently.
I beat champions. I beat legends. I saw somebody saying that Nia Jax is just out here competing in side quests now.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
This is where
Lash.
I was expecting her to show up. I was wondering if it was going to happen during the match, after the match, all of that.
Oh, here we go. Lash wasting no time, but Nia having none of it. And
this your match at Heat Wave, Nia Jax versus Lash Legend?
I think so. I think that sounds just about right.
As I like this from Devin of, I don't know if this sounds right or wrong, but I guess if you're fighting that much to have the files out there, I don't know if you have anything to hide. But KJ, I hope you own some share. That's what it is.
I wish, man. I wish we'd be a lot more positive on Wednesdays. I told you, folks, I was straight up. I've said it before, Nick, and I'll say it again. You will know when one of the companies gets to us, because I'll be right here. Oh, AEW's doing wonderful. Great today. Great today. If we ever, I'm telling you, it's the truth. If they get to us, you'll know. Our tune will change.
I don't know. I want to keep kayfabe alive. You'll never know.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony at this point might just pay us to shut the fuck up for a week.
That's what the AW YouTube showing up in the chat and everything. It was just send your regards.
But ladies and gentlemen, the show rolls on. We've hit a commercial break. We got a lot more coming your way. Tonight's gone fast. Crazy pacing to this one, but overall having a lot of fun. Hope everyone out there is doing well. Again, like, share, subscribe. We are climbing fast. We just eclipsed another milestone, and we're heading all the way up to 10K. So be a friend, share the Wrestling for Life Network, help us grow this. Because I mean, I see some people out there, and I'm not quite sure why you're watching them, but it's just because you haven't found us yet. And as soon as you do, welcome, welcome, welcome. But other than that, we are back all week long, Nick. It's going to be a fun one.
Absolutely. And we're breaking records even on Twitch. We're cross-platform and everything like that. We don't even, and also we don't have to lie about our max numbers or anything like that, because you can see them right over there on Twitch and all that.
True.
But anyways, I digress. I don't know if you're tagging for a pause.
I'm tagging out.
Fair enough. For tag team back again. Check in the record. Let's begin. Mr. Quig, shades of attention, ruthless, aggression, eras. Those are certainly words that were said at some point, preferably by you. Bendy went up saying, will this cripple AW? I don't think so. I don't know. Is there a thing, honestly, a little bit when it comes to a wrestling company in 2025 that could cripple it? I mean, MLW has been a company that sued WWE and that just went away and they lived. TNA's the fucking Harry Potter of wrestling to me, of it should have died half a dozen times and is still kicking around. I don't know, as long as Tony Khan is still invested and is still wanting to do AW, it will always exist. Yeah, that would be what you want to put at it as far as its expectations, its aspects, anything is a different talking point. But I think I don't know if there's many wrestling companies right now that are going the way of the dinosaur, if that makes any bit of sense. Devin, what up? Mr. Quake just popping off. Oba over Kofi. Fair enough. I didn't know exactly where that came into a comparable. I did see to where, Kofi's out there shouting out Jade, repping his attire and everything. But love Attitude Era. Yeah, how do we get into an Attitude Era conversation? I'm not going to deny the Attitude Era was great, but yeah, that just kind of sprung out of nowhere, I guess. Always stoked to see Oba. Yeah, we had Oba walking backstage as I'm like less than 30 seconds before we're back from action here. So is TK Andy from Toy Story. Oh, he's been a bit of Andy from Toy Story. I got banned for calling the NY kid the garbage man because he calls everything garbage from both companies. Well, Bandy, then I can tell you are more than welcome over here because, yeah, we aren't too fast, too furious, or anything like that. But yeah, I know KJ feels very strong about that individual, but yeah, you can start to smell the grift off of people now. That's the thing. Is it's the summertime. It gets a little bit warmer out. The grift kind of resonates and come off these people a little bit more. And you can really see it when they actually have to have a thought and opinion and actually have some sort of sustenance and substance behind their content. Big Nick, you need a Xavier Woods hat. No, I wouldn't be able to be on screen if I had a Xavier Woods hat. That man was showing up, you could see that in the fucking cheap seats of he was walking around with a goddamn personal fucking tarp or something. As I've got Jordan and Ava backstage right now. Oba is losing that heat wave to who? To Javon? Yeah, that person definitely does swim in the shallow end of that. That's very much where their gene pool exists. It's pond skimmer shit. So and I will say this: I'm not exactly opposed ever to the idea of Oba losing, but if Oba loses at this point now, I think he's just done in NXT. He doesn't try and get a comeback, he doesn't go back for the title. If Oba loses, he moves up to the main roster. That's when I think he loses it. I've always joked of he's one of those of, I'm sorry, I broke into your toy, and hands back the title because no one can beat him for it. So if Javon beats him, you move him to the main roster. And now where do you put him? Do you put him mid-card, IC title, US title? He can't fit into the world titles on either side right now. They're too log-jammed. So this becomes a bit of the issue. It's a lot like Roxanne Perez. They stay in NXT because there's no other place for them to go. If I'm making sense. I think I am. AD and AZ over JD from NY. Absolutely. Even though I'm from NY, I will say AD is better than JD. Where was it? Oh, yeah, Jose. The mask always starts to wear off after a while. It gets hot and sweaty when you're out there wearing the mask. OG Bloodline JP, what's up, everybody? What up? As I got Oba cutting a promo now. Anyone taking an investment in the fact that he's wearing, it's not a suit, but it is still salmon colored. It's a cut-off sleeve salmon shirt. So is he about to just smash somebody like Mark Henry? SP from TO 905. Fair enough. I too am from NY. There you go. 100%. New York. Mount up. Missed quick. I don't see Ola become a tag guy next. No. How so? With who? Oba has swagger. Absolutely. Oba has aura. I think he's the guy that kind of originated that whole aura conversation in pro wrestling. As Trick coming out, I expect this is where we're going to see Moose. And now this would be nice because, Trick last week was saying, Oba's jealous of me. Oba wants what I've got and everything. If you bring out Moose here, you still tie into the Emergence storyline, and you can also very much start pivoting towards an Oba Moose story. That's a guy who I think could take the title cleanly off of Oba is Moose. John C., I just want to know why. Or Mensa has no aura at all. Fair enough. That would probably explain why he's not with the company currently. Glad you could catch up. Yeah, we're going to do that one. I don't know why she's with the Judgment Day. Who are we talking about? As I got Oba and Trick going at it right now. Do you want to see Oba and Trick go back at it again? Do you want to see title for title? I'll always remind you. Boston, Jordan Grace versus Juicy for the NXT Women's Championship. Huh? JC. Okay, I was like, who are you calling Juicy, my guy? Yes. Oh, but 2 belts? Is that what we're setting up here? Is champ versus champ? Is that how you get around? Like, this is going to get interesting, though, if that's the way they go, because you've still got Moose versus Trick at Emergence. Do you get Oba versus Moose in TNA? Does Oba take a loss not to Moose, not for the Javon's coming out, not for the NXT title, for the TNA title? Nick turned into an owl for a second. Ooh. Oh, yeah, the old school New Day, you know. Ooh. Anyone remember what was it? Was it 30? Tour there in Orlando, and you had the New Day hosted, and they did the whole ooh before the Hardys came out. I always go back to that moment when I'm doing the ooh. I'll heart you guys too. Well, there you go. Fair enough. I think you didn't answer my question, but I appreciate the love. Trick wants both belts. Yeah, I think he's lucky to be holding on to 1 belt, let alone going after 2 belts. Oba versus Brock Lesnar. Oh boy. We could still get into all these conversations of fantasy Brock matches, but I wonder if Brock's just there for John and then goes away again. While grown folk talking, so we're Trick playing big cousin of Javon. Nick, I still think Santana should be Trick for the TNA title. Oh, 100%. That's a big thing that a lot of people were surprised that it didn't happen at Slammiversary. So tonight, right here, right now, almost working the babyface angle with this. But that's what a lot of people were surprised about at Slammiversary, that Mike Santana didn't win, and why a lot of people think that the WWE TNA partnership's much more favoring WWE at this point. Oba versus Lashley. Different companies. It took me a minute and a half for that. Javon feels like the third wheel on this. But he's always been flown around by this. As we got Moose. We had talked about it. We had speculated about it. The face of the franchise. Moose out here. Now this clearly is setting up. We've got Trick versus Moose at Emergence. Do we get is there a fantasy fatal 4-way at some point? Or a tag team match play, a holla of these 4 involved? I like the little interaction in the ring between Javon and Trick as Moose out here. I hope Uber Moose win. Did Moose get a new theme? Anthony, if you're listening, please help me. I don't know Moose's theme well enough to say yay or nay. Could it be his WWE theme? Is he again? He's the guy that I feel WWE would be wanting to move from TNA to their roster. So Moose is going right at Trick with all of this. As soon as I take your title, go right to Oba. As soon as I'm done whooping that Trick, and go right to Oba. Don't think I forgot about Dark. Lights out. No, you're going to ruin this goddamn segment with fucking stupid ass Dark State. Are we going to get a 8-man tag match of Dark State versus Oba Family, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Moose? And someone's going to believe that that's believable, that Dark State actually has a fighting fucking chance with this. What? They're just trying to piss me off with this. As Oba, so they just get manhandled. They literally just get hucked and chucked out of the goddamn ring, as they goddamn should. Why are we getting Dark State again this close in a row? And now, so you do that and you go right to fucking commercial. And people wonder why I think this group is trash and is not getting over. You literally have them come out again, second time during the show, already after they show up at the end of the tag match and everything. They literally just get chucked out by the wayside and owned by everyone that they were attacking. They literally hit, I don't think, a single offensive maneuver outside of just getting thrown out. But they're over. But they're the big, deep threat. They're the big, bad guys. They're the big underlying, attack force in NXT. No, they're a collection of goddamn jobbers that they gave them something to do that might worked at some point and has just been cannon fodder throughout most of it. I'm willing to have a discussion with anybody of how that worked, of how that moment right there made any bit of sense, enhanced anything, was good at all. You cut off Moose, starting to go at Oba. Are they still trying to sell us on the whole, is Trick behind Dark State? Is someone else behind Dark State? All of that. Do they have a secret leader? That's the only way I think this could make any bit of fucking sense at this point. I don't get it anymore. I've already been beyond over it, even through nitpicky things about masks falling down and all of that. But now at this point, I don't get it. I don't care. I don't want to care. I don't know where they're going with this or what point it has. Speaking of not having a point, and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about me, the man to save me from not having a point.
Maybe the point of the tip of my head. I don't know, man. I don't know what the issue is. Here they come again, causing trouble.
And they got jobbed out. They're going to
get
and destroyed.
One of them in that ring are working with them. I think it's Trick. I'm seeing,
and at times it makes sense, and at times it makes no sense.
I know. I get you, but you want them to do stuff. They're doing shit.
No, they got destroyed. I thought they might have actually
get destroyed. They got shocked.
They didn't right, but you're supposed to be the one that's sneaking up on everybody.
What do you mean? They know they're coming. They're not sneaking up on anybody. They got embarrassed.
They turn the lights out. Are they coming out? 1 little, 2 little, 3 little, down 4 little. No,
they got shocked. But I mean, they were still fighting. When we went to commercial, they were up. They wanted to get back in the ring and go at it again. They weren't done yet, and we think we're going to get an 8-man tag. So we'll see what that looks like.
We just saw what the fucking result of the 8-man tag would be because they just hooked them and choked them in 10 seconds.
Nothing. It was just an interaction. It's not like they got their ass whooped. Like they just
did though. They did. They got literally. They were in the ring and then they were out of the ring.
They got chucked. It's not like Bronson and fucking Braun taking people out. They got thrown out. They were still fighting with security when we went to break.
It was lights off, lights on. Nosferatu.
It didn't go so well, but it went well in the first segment.
Did Moose come out to new music? Do you know?
He came out to he did come out to his I don't know why, because I like his other music so much better. I don't know if it's a trademark thing or what, but
we're gonna move him to our roster?
I don't know with Moose, because like I said, as far as I know, Moose is locked into TNA for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, buyouts are a thing.
Right. John's giving us they weren't who they were in the beginning, though, folks. Like, they weren't that.
Well, they definitely weren't that, though.
Well, no, but I mean, we got to give them time. I'm not putting them in that fucking conversation.
You're going to really put the NWO, the start of Hogan leg drop is equal to Dark State as Lash and Nia still fighting.
Nia looking like Rusev and Sheamus.
That's got to have a step attached to it now. Rusev and Sheamus is got to have either like a cage around them or a false count anywhere.
Right.
You either got to lock them in or they can go wherever.
Right. Do you think they're setting up the Fatal 4-Way for Heat Wave?
It's interesting. That will be the same night as Forbidden Door. So that's an interesting aspect because I knew Moose when he came out, he's going at Trick because that's the next match that's happening.
Yeah.
But that he instantly turned and
Joe. What?
Out of the goddamn fridge. What? Now
popping.
Ren's skin attire makes sense though, because she's got the same Joe Hendry attire just with the no quarter crew on. What is this pairing, though? What the fuck?
What is happening?
If Charlie Dempsey wasn't Baby Regal, would any of this be going around him right now?
No, yes, maybe. I don't. This?
Him versus Joe Hendry, him being the leader of a faction that people got to beat him to get out of.
Well, because he was kind of the pulse of that faction, as far as he led the way in that traditional, that blood sport style, that Roman Greco, so the good graps. So that's why that happened. Joe is going
like
back
his dad with before the Death Riders. What was their goddamn faction name in AEW?
No.
Yeah, exactly. With Danielson, Moxley.
It was a bunch of letters like No Quarter Catch Crew.
Yeah. Anyways, as
Yoshi!
you got Yoshi.
Here comes Yoshi. I don't know if this was advertised. Apparently not. Oh, shit.
Oh. I swear, though, and I know I keep calling him, but Stacks keeps looking more and more like he played Patrick Mahomes in a straight-to-DVD movie.
You're not wrong. But, yeah, here we go, folks. It's going up. Yoshi, Stacks, who wins? Who'd you got? Who you taking? But
do I have to take Stacks just because you're going to take Yoshi?
I'm definitely taking Yoshi. But
yeah,
Stacks is going to get it, I think.
Take Stacks? Well, is this where we still get a bit of the Dawn tie-in with Tony? And do we get any bit of a payoff at some point with that whole story of, Tony got the win out of the whole feud and everything, but then I'm not the Dawn anymore, but gets, greeted by shadowy figure in Olive Garden.
Blackpool Combat Club.
There we go. Yeah. Thank you.
Fucking hell. Push that out of our memory. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But they went out of their way so strong to talk about them being like, we're not family anymore. Like, so it's interesting in that regard, right? Of like, they really wanted that separation to be noticeable.
Right. Well, this separation might be noticeable, but we are still family, sir. But I'll be right back.
There you go. All right, Nick, taking a pause for the cause. Yoshi and Stacks are in the ring. Spaz with a $5 super chat. I need Joe to lead all the grandes out of the fridge like they do. What are you talking? Thank you, Spaz. Triple H hates RKO. I highly doubt that. It seems highly unlikely. Next week official, Joe Hendry, Charlie Dempsey. Fair enough. And I mean, again, Joe being kind of the slapsticky kind of fun gimmick going up against Mr. Uber Serious makes sense. I don't think this is going to last long, but it looks like Joe is maybe transitioning as Stacks bouncy. Yoshi's up. Yeah, very random. Yoshi Stacks. Sumo style. A little E Honda into the corner. And now we got the combo. Chop, punch. Blackpool, thank you, Wesley. Blackpool, thank you. Right? Going deep. Lash Legend and Nia Jax still fighting her. So that's something that's going to continue. And I do think this is a good introduction. Lash is all but ready for that main roster. She will have an impact. I think she has a bright future. So Nia being a veteran, Nia, kind of matching stature is a nice place to start. As Yoshi lays down Stacks. Yeah, the Heritage Cup tossed in the river. It's gone. It's no more. As, oh, shit. Ariana Grace slapping the taste out of Yoshi's mouth. What is her issue? And why did she buy all her clothes 2 sizes too small? Big Josh Briggs takes out Yoshi. And Stacks gets the win. Grace and Briggs are working together. Did I miss something? Stacks' girlfriend is out here. Yeah, that's actually true now that I think about it. Lash and Sheamus versus there you go. There you go. Just to let them fight all over the arena. Stacks wins. Yoshi wins. 4-0. Ethan Page with that gorgeous Canadian title. This Canadian hero, Ethan Page. Briggs and Yoshi aren't done. No, we got some unfinished business here. And right now, Briggs gets the last laugh at the moment. He comes out, takes out Yoshi, and Yoshi takes the L. As right now, I'm getting a clip for Unreal. By the way, you guys can let me know if you watched it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you abstain out of some principle? How did you feel about it if you did watch it? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm not complaining about Ariana Grace. They are married. Facts. Pace is insane tonight. It's just been clip. Going into commercial, shit's happening. Coming out of commercial, shit's happening. There has been a very good pace to the show tonight, for sure. But we are on a commercial break. Ethan Page is coming up next. I will remind everybody, we currently have our exclusive interview with PCO out there. We also have our latest interview with Mark Ramundi. Go check that out, especially with current news in the wrestling world. Say hello to the bad guys, how the NWO have impacted pop culture. So check that out. Don't forget our Wrestling with Mental Health. We're hoping to bring these ones back and do a few more of these. But go check that out as well. Don't forget, we are back on Wednesday, and our award show is up. If you want to see how it all worked out and who got the Golden KJs for the first half of 2025, go check that out now. But last but not least, back tomorrow. Tomorrow should be an interesting night. They're running back MJF, Mark Briscoe again. So we'll see how that looks. Adam Page has a kind of an eye on this one. And a few more things. I think we got another Fatal 4-Way Eliminator announced tomorrow. So be there for that one. We're looking forward to it. And, of course, more wrestling than you can shake a stick at, folks. So be a friend, tell a friend. And if you are interested in fantasy football, reach out to myself or Nick on Instagram with a DM, or else we won't pay attention to your request. But, yeah, you got to reach out. You got to be willing to be an active manager. Don't join the league and sit on your team. We will boot you out. And I have a championship to defend. Woohoo. Let's go. All right. What else we got going on with this chat? Can we do a match card for tomorrow? I touched on a couple things. What else they got going on? Tomorrow? Fatal 4-Way. Let's see. Alex Windsor versus Queen Aminata versus Sky Blue versus Billy Starks in a 4-way AEW TBS championship qualifier. So the winner will get Mercedes Moné at Forbidden Door, I do believe. Brody King and Bandito, who are being called Brodito, against the Young Bucks in their tournament. So everybody's in an eliminator. They've also announced MJF, Mark Briscoe. And that is all I know of as far as tomorrow goes, folks. So we will be here live to break it all down again. Wednesday, we start the show with all the hope, and we hope it's a good one. See what TK and company has in store as we are about 30 seconds away from the end of the commercial break. Why would I want to shake a stick at something? Well, sometimes it's just fun. That's why. KJ, we just had an earthquake an hour away from Cali. Oh, okay. Stay safe. Hope everyone's doing okay. I know Cali's infamous for getting the ground shaken. I believe that New York had a little one as well. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay. How did you feel it? I've only ever felt one earthquake that I know of. The winner gets added to Mercedes and 2 more competitors for Forbidden Door. There you go. Thank you, Damien. All the deets. Damien with the deets. Not interested in fantasy football. Okay. Didn't need to tell us. Where's Tessa Blanchard? By the way, fantasy hockey. I also got to defend a championship. Where's Tessa Blanchard? She's still suspended. As far as I know, she is still suspended. Yes. KJ, is there money involved in the fantasy draft? No, it's free of charge, and you'll get some swag if you do well. Stardom and CMLL added in a 4-way also. Okay, Devin. Don't watch a lot of that here because there's not enough time. But we do have Ethan Page in the ring, folks. Your North American Canadian hero champion. I don't know. Santino, a punk. Windsor is obviously winning. It'd be crazy if you're going to Windsor wins. She gets into that match. Probably. Richard, I hate to say it, probably. Still can't get other women on TV to save our lives. I would be bothered watching Alex Windsor just come in and get pushed. Stay safe, Bash. Absolutely. Timeless Tony can have a long career like Mae Young and Moolah because of her character. Doesn't have to be attractive, like in terms of how she looks and can work. Yes and no. I mean, again, I think that she still wants to be able to wrestle at a level, and her, could she transition to be like a manager or a personality for sure? I think she's got a lot of runway left for her. I think Charlotte made news about like the guys are held to, the women are held to a higher standard than the guys, and the guys don't get body shamed. I would say that ask Sheamus about that premise. But yeah, I mean, ultimately it's an aesthetic world and it's a tough one, but it is part of your business. As the crowd doesn't like Ethan at all, one guy is standing and clapping. We've had a lot of like surprises here tonight. Lots of lights out, lots of music hitting. Jordan shows up. Dark State shows up twice. Moose shows up. Javon pops up. Trick's here. 2011, we had one earthquake. There you go. Yeah, Mr. Quake. Ironic. There was an earthquake in Jersey. Okay. Yeah, I thought I saw. As Ethan Page is singing "Oh Canada." As Tavion Heights. This is a big step for Tavion. Oh, imagine 20 years from now, Timeless Tony will be paired with Mark Henry's son, Jacob Henry. And and then she gave birth to a hand. I didn't write it. The two things I want to experience before I die are an earthquake and northern lights. Okay. I mean, I would recommend a couple other things. But yeah, good job. I mean, we get the northern lights, but we're northern. They're beautiful, bud. I'll send you a picture. All ego, let's go. Unreal was great. Fair enough, Paul. I liked it. I admit I liked it. I felt like it was a good balance of not pulling the curtain back as much as we already knew it was back and then not going too far. Tessa Blanchard is a good person and talented, but she has an attitude problem. I think, Quake. I can't say currently that is the case. I don't know if it is or is not. I know about her past. I know that she's doing everything she can to make amends for her past, and I haven't heard any reports otherwise. So from what I've heard, that her return and her run so far, she's been an upstanding employee. So yeah, very much the case. Forbidden Door doesn't really feel like Forbidden Door. Not with the current list of matches you're announcing, right? Not a lot of in and out the door, Richard. Is that fair? I mean, if you got Sasha, I mean, we'll probably get somebody from Stardom or New Japan, or CMLL or all the above, slid into a couple of these matches. But yeah, I mean, very interesting. We're talking about Swerve Okada, Chelsea Green. Yo, is Chelsea Green going to fight Ethan Page? What is this? Yes, do it. Do it. It'd be hilarious. So Chelsea Green is defending Ethan Page and telling Tavion to shut his mouth. Forbidden Door, yeah. I mean, again, we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. Tony's not necessarily known for good builds, so we'll see. Because you have Forbidden Door coming up, and then a pretty quick turnaround to All Out. So we'll see what Tony's got up his sleeve for the last couple big pay-per-views of the summer. NXT Canadian Champion, All Ego, Ethan Page. So the former U.S. champion, fellow Canadian Chelsea Green has come out with the Hervis to chastise Tavion Heights. And Ethan's just kind of standing there smirking like, I don't know what this is. Ethan Page, a.k.a. the new Shane Douglas. That's not a bad comparable, Anthony. Canadian football is underrated. Hey, we got bigger balls and bigger end zones. So that's got to count for something, right? And we only get 3 downs. So it's a bit of a throwing league most years. Tony Storm is thick. Tony Storm's a beautiful professional wrestler. That's what I get to say. KJ and Big Nick, Wrestling for Life is the best. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it, Kev. Nothing but love. My bad, KJ. An hour ago, we had an earthquake, Cali, and I'm good. It was 2 seconds. Okay, I'm glad you're good, though. But down goes Ethan. Down goes Ethan. Chelsea wants a piece of Tavion. So are we putting Chelsea with Ethan? Now I got Lola and Kehani. Lola. Let's go. Somebody has to come out. There you go. I mean, anybody expect that? Timeless taped Fistoni. Quake. There was a dead body pulled from the bushes in the street. What is this? A fucking I walked past every day for a week. Nobody knows it smelled bad. Oh, wow, Paul. That's crazy. Well, thank you for sharing. I hope you're okay. T's and P's. It looks like it a little bit, right? Do you bring in, is that your opportunity to, get... No, because he just broke up with them, so I couldn't see it being Ren. That's interesting how they'll play this. Maybe Tyra may steal. Does that work? Maybe she comes in. But yeah, Chelsea Green. And now I got Zarya having a chit chat with Sol Ruka, and Lash and Nia are still going. There's lots of screaming. There's lots of swinging. Ava's freaking out. Next week, Lash, Nia. There you go.
Seems very much like Rusev and Sheamus,
right?
If you ask me. And by the way, as we go, I'm assuming towards the commercial, because I got professional bull riding, which is the most American shit of American shit.
Right,
next to NASCAR. What did we as America do to piss off you Canadians? I know 51st State and everything, but you got Ethan Page and Chelsea Green out here. We got the Canadian Union for me.
Right. It's these fucking tariffs. No, but
we got a tariff on wrestling now.
Right. We're gonna put a tariff on wrestling. Chelsea Green, unexpected, kind of comes to the side of Ethan Page here, Nick.
Well, Canadians stand united. That's why, like I said, I like that as an interesting aspect. And you even mentioned of former women's U.S. title holder with men's North American title holder. Yeah, I like the ultra Canadian aspect, because we haven't seen it since Lance Storm or with Test and Christian and all of that with the Un-Americans.
True. Could they scoop up another couple Canadians and make this like a main roster thing?
This is where I'd put Josh Alexander if I had one.
He still wrestles?
Well, yeah, unfortunately, just for the
Oh,
other, like he's so talented, but he's so misused. But I mean, what other
such a fan.
Canadians
It's
can we think
heartbreaking.
that they could snatch up? They already
Yeah,
pretended that Santino's not Canadian, even though he is.
that's true. That's very true. The Mulan miracle, not exactly screams I'm Canadian.
Milan.
Mulan. Shout out Mulan. Good Disney flick.
Let's get down to business to defeat the cons.
Right. What's behind the door? What's behind the door? How are you feeling about Forbidden Door? I mean, it's a couple weeks away, not a few, a couple. Is it exactly buzzing right now?
No, I think this is, to quote the Queen song and everything. It's cold as ice, willing to say. I don't even know if that's actually a Queen song. But AEW's lost all of its bit of momentum. What are you excited for at this point for Forbidden Door? Because the Forbidden Door is off the hinges every week. So why do I care when it's a doggy door?
Yeah.
Dave King showed up from New Japan and no one gave a flying fuck. So why do I care if he's in anything on Forbidden Door?
Yeah, that's a very good point, right? Like, I mean, we see this door swung open all the time, and we see guys like all of a sudden Ishii's in a faction, or Hichichero's the newest member of fucking the Callis family. I mean, I feel like we see the crossover so often, the crossover doesn't feel special. And again, you're going into Forbidden Door, but you're setting up Okada, Swerve, Tony Storm, and so. Like, it's or Athena. Sorry, I didn't mean to say so and so. But you're setting up these eliminators for Sasha, eliminators for the tag titles. So it's very like it doesn't feel very Dory.
No, it's more Nemo than Dory. Like,
as in
it
Lost,
is not this big crossover event that it's always been built up as. I'm still hoping we get an Osprey, like a Zack Sabre Jr. somewhere in there. What do you do with a Hangman Adam Page? You put him in there with, someone from New Japan, or do you do him versus MJF?
Well, I don't know, right? Like MJF's just kind of lurking, and I mean MJF's been tied up with Briscoe, which I mean it feels like we're like, are they building towards a matchup? For, like, is it Briscoe MJF in a?
Are we gonna get Mystico versus MJF at Forbidden Door?
They've been. Hey, listen, why did all that happen? Sappy went nuts on me for not getting the brilliance of this. What's it leading to? Is that what we're saving it for? That's the big fucking deal.
Too many Stokes and too many fires. So we got the collective of. So we are getting at some point an 8-man tag match collective of Moose, Oba, Trick, and Javon. And who's beating that fucking team?
That's the problem. Everybody's rowing the boat in the wrong direction. But I think they're going to set up Fatal 4-Way and the 8-man tag. Oh, wait. In Philly in 2 weeks, Javon versus Trick. Winner gets Oba.
So then what the fuck with Moose?
And then all four of them are going to take on Moose. Hank and Tank wants Dark State too.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses.
So 2 members of Dark State will challenge for the tag titles. You want direction? We're heading for gold.
No, we're just heading for oversaturated. Just all the Dark State all the time.
Dark State's winning the tag titles. So all 4 of them will fight. The 4 dudes all hanging around the main event picture. Ricky Saints is on the screen right now. And then 2 of them. Is this Isla Dawn's little sister?
I was just about to say, I was like, and you got rid of Isla Dawn and you brought in this chick?
Oh.
Same thing as, well, Isla Dawn's been one of those that has flown on the radar since she's been released, but I guess is coming back.
A little bit on the quiet side.
Yeah.
In honor of my younger brother 4 years ago on this date, I thank you all for everything from on X and to especially on here. He loved Green Day the most.
Bradley, I hope you're not saying that comment in the way I think you might be of saying that your brother might have passed on. I hope that's not what you're saying. But yeah, no, shout out, my guy, of 100%. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That I know I'm named after Santa Claus. You have taken on that whole giver of gifts gimmick and everything like that.
Yeah.
And man, it's literally even before, by the way, and I will spill the beans on this. Of fantasy football is coming back. We have wrestling for football again and everything. But message, excuse me, KJ or I directly for the link to it. And again, don't waste our time if you're not going to be actively involved. If I don't want somebody that's going to be there for a week and then don't do shit or anything, it gets really fun. But yeah. No, trust me. Of all the T's and P's, Bradley, of you are, one of one, my guy.
Come to the trios. But yeah, big shout out to Bradley. Nothing but love. We appreciate the support. We appreciate everything. And for those who are curious, Ricky Saints is on screen right now and talking about Jasper Troy.
He's a guy that they will use as the figurehead for LFG for the longest time. Like with OVW, how you always think of Cena, Orton, Randy, Batista, and Lesnar, of guys that came out of there and everything. Yeah, Jasper Troy is going to be that guy out of LFG, of a guy that got out of there, like won that, and then jumped into a prominent spot out the gate.
Well, and I wondered with Chelsea Green getting involved with Ethan Page, does that open up Tyra May Steele? The All-American Olympian, right?
But she's also been involved a bit on Evolve with Kelly Armstrong and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Lash bring in the Grande Americanos.
More of them. Lash Legend.
We only got 3. We can get at least 5.
How many could we do? Can we get like a whole section? Like they show the crowd and an entire section is all Grandes.
I'm waiting. How many masks do they sell for Triple Mania 33 that are all Grande Americano masks? So
an 8-man tag, Dark State versus all the contenders and 2 of the champs. So, and a tag team match. Lola and Kehani. See, Lola's been babyface. Kalani's been heelish. JC's a heel. The faction's a heel. It's been a little bit messy.
Yeah. Well, and we got the 8-man tag match we're talking about. But next week, stacking up is I'm getting the Cullen coming out right now. So there's got to be Tatum coming out to take on Soul. Would you put Cross in the Cullen?
What?
Well, exactly. Would you put Cross in the Cullen if we're going to still keep him in? Transition him to a spooky.
I'd rather put him in the Dark State. You talk about somebody that lacks direction. The Cullen's been around longer than Dark State and done less.
I don't know. Izzy and Scarlett having a little feud of who's really the one in control here.
Okay. I mean, Cross to NXT would blow my fucking mind. Period, dude.
Yeah, well, that's the big thing is I just want him to stay. And I know I might have been Jose. I might be wrong. But whoever said it earlier of anyone else find it funny that they're promoting Cross's book where he might be leaving the company? Funny how you do something like that. Just saying. It's again, sometimes they leave breadcrumbs.
Didn't they also do that with somebody that's recently wrote a book and everyone said she was leaving and she went on a book tour instead of leaving and then came back Peachy Key and won a title?
That's what I'm saying. If sometimes they leave breadcrumbs if you read between the tea leaves.
Right. Dark State versus everyone. Bad booking. John's with you, bro. John's with you. You want them to do something. They're doing something. They're going after the tag team division.
I don't want them to just do something. That's all they've been doing is just do something. They're just dogs chasing fucking cars. I want to know why they're doing it. I don't want to have them to have a fucking motive,
promos,
direction, and angle.
But they've done promos and they've done packages explaining like we're here to take over. We're gonna take everybody out. We're gonna win the title. Like it's not like they haven't told us that just because. I don't know if we
so did Retribution, and they threw fucking cinder blocks through the development doors and everything, and it didn't matter where the fuck.
Well, now they're getting tag title shots, and if they win the tag team titles again, they're heading somewhere. And I don't know how you
really think they're going to beat Ola, Moose, Trick, and Javon.
one of them's going to turn and they won't get along. And yeah, Dark State will find a way to get a W there because they're all going to fucking step on each other's toes. That story writes itself.
Nah, I say nay. You're going to take something that's going to take a monumental leap, I feel, for me to get behind Dark State, respectfully. Of the tag match, they're losing to Hank and Tank.
They're better than the culling. Miles.
Fair enough. Well, I know I mentioned that with Cross going there, but everybody wanted to throw Cross in Dark State, deep fake, all of that.
Right.
So Cross needs to does Cross need a faction, or does Cross need to be an island unto himself?
I think so. I think he's perfectly fine on his own. He just has to win. Just has to look like a fucking world beater like he used to. Remember when he just come in and ragdoll people and it was over? That's what we need from Cross. He needs to decimate some people and stop getting beat. I mean, the downfall, like I know we say that people hyper focus on the wins and losses, but a series of losses is definitely impactful to your overall fucking appearance.
But who on the main roster right now does he ragdoll? I thought Sammy, respectfully, might have been one of those people that he kind of not exactly ragdolls, but beats, and it keeps you elevated at a point. Right now, who's he going to be? The ragdoll Waller, Theory, who's out there that
all of them?
It's main event matches. It's not main event matches, if that makes any sense.
Ragdoll and LA Knight, jump them, beat the living shit out of them. Like
no, LA Knight's involved in all the Seth and the Punk.
No, but I mean, again, that's the point. So when people aren't, I can't believe Cross lost, and they won't push Cross. You just proved it. Whose place? Whose spot does he get? Who? You just said it. There's nowhere to put him.
At least you IC.
I guess, but I mean, he could ragdoll, Dom or AJ Styles.
But again, can you have a good feud in WWE or in pro wrestling at this point that's not revolved around a title? That's what Cross really needs, is a good feud that's not revolved around a title. I think we've seen lots of them.
I think we've seen a lot of them not with the title. Drew, Punk. We saw Drew and Damian. We're seeing Miro and Rusev go every week. We saw Andrade and Carmelo go a bunch. The mid card is busy in the WWE right now, and I think where there's a will, there's a way. They got to book it but now we're clamoring for a guy to get an offshoot lower mid card. Well, that's what he's been doing. So I guess he's not as strong as maybe people think he is, or maybe it's just the online demand is higher than the actual.
But you have to give him a moment to actually. I just really want to see what can go with that whole like the puppet master gimmick and everything. Of you can get that spooky, that cult leadery kind of vibe without it being attached to either a nostalgia thing or a Wyatt thing.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that's why you have him on separate shows, and he's tried it, but it's just, I wonder if he's just spun his wheels and he just needs to go yonder.
But has he been given a fair chance for a launching point, though?
That's an interesting thing. I mean, he's had a shit ton of vignettes, he's had a shit ton of moments, but nothing really.
But every time that you can do all of that, but if at the end of the day you cut the legs out, then that don't mean shit.
But if they feel like you just explained, like we don't know. We like the other guys that we're using better. So sorry, Cross. There is no room at the inn.
Where would you put him if it's not WWE?
I think TNA would be better. I do know there was some issues with Scarlett, and
that was more with Callis, who's still employed by AEW.
That's where I was.
Yeah.
I know originally the thought was they would never go back to TNA because some of the issues. But again, for all the people that have lit the torches and are running around with pitchforks about Brock Lesnar, Don Callis is in AEW, and c'est la vie. Right. Right. The accusations, MDB.
Nick doesn't pay attention to the details of Dark State. He's been out since the mess. I will give you that, but they still suck.
Right. Any validity to the Hurt Syndicate rumors I'm hearing? What are you hearing? We hear tons.
Yeah.
Tatum. Let Paxley win. I love
think
Soul.
that'll be a really big moment. And also notice how the speed belt's gone away. Of spoiler, I know so many people are devastated that
Right?
WWE speed is no more.
Yeah, they tried to see if it was just going to garner some. She's wearing the belt.
Fuck.
Wait a
Way to
minute.
make a liar out of me.
She's wearing the belt.
It was under the North American belt. Let's be honest. That was a fucking Russian doll fucking situation.
It's just that social media thing. I don't know if it's working because I don't pay attention to it. Has
anyone watched an actual speed match?
I've seen a few of them.
Okay.
I saw like Bronson Dragon Lee when it first kicked off. Fun match. It's just so hard to cram everything into 3 minutes, and they try and do it well, and it generally, but it doesn't mean anything. It's such a silly thing.
Which means more, the 24/7 title or the speed title?
When like the last going of 24/7 didn't matter.
Currently, I don't know.
I mean, the
at
OG
its peak, at its peak. 24/7.
I mean, 24/7 at least got on the airplanes and on TV more. Yeah.
Well, you felt like there was someone that you acknowledged that represents that title, and his name is Ron the Truth Killings. If he should have been the last 24/7.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, provocative. It gets the people going.
Yeah, as Soul breaks free by causing the pin. But we got Tatum, we got Soul in the ring, 61%. So a good amount going for Ruka here. But Paxley is not out of it at all. They have refused to put people over. MVP is influencing Bobby and Shelton to say no to things. Again, this was the rumor about Rusev. This was the rumor about Aleister Black. There was constant rumors about guys don't want to go over. And you know what? I do think there's truth to this rumor, and it's been leaked out before, but it's they don't want to do stupid shit. Like, we don't want to lose to jet ski. We should be dominating. And that's where I think I hesitate because, yeah, I think at the end of the day, you know, it's only fair. It only makes sense that they protect their booking. And if you have somebody like Mercedes, and I know Sappy wants to play semantics, that can call her shot.
Oh, he went on a whole fucking press tour and everything to confirm that she didn't have, creative control.
Hello?
Hi.
I think you might have you just jumped right into the middle of things.
No, I was saying to where SRS went on a whole book tour of making sure that Mercedes didn't have creative control.
Yeah, it was like a week long. Defend the Queen fucking tour. And a lot of people, again, we talked about it a lot. It's the same thing with Meltzer. Like, reporters report the news. They don't come out and then fight the people who disagree with the news. It's the weirdest fucking shit.
Fox News. But anyways.
Yeah, Fox maybe. Soul for the win. Yeah, so the majority going for Soul here. They canceled Speed and didn't tell Soul Ruka. She's keeping the belt. Keep it. Hers.
Is it one of those of you want to have that because that's that little piece of, like that's memorabilia that no one else can replicate?
Right. Absolutely, for sure. It means something to somebody. And it's the thing, going back to Bobby. Yeah, I mean, again, I think when you have a boss and you you're signing, they can't make you do shit. They'll just send you home and pay you stupid money to stay home. So, yeah.
Going back to your whole original statement with all of that sorry, they just don't want to do jobs that don't make sense. I'm sorry they actually want to actually have a story and have creative that works. Right. That's the biggest thing is it feels like if you just don't say yes to everything, you're difficult to work with. You don't want to go over. You don't want to work with anybody when it comes to certain companies.
Yeah, I think you want to be smart about how you present it. I think you want to be smart. And I'll be honest, I think the Hurt Syndicate have been boring tag team champions in AEW. They have not
because they have no one to challenge.
They have no division. And instead of building a division, you built a tournament. So that's why we continue to have no division.
Fair.
Right? There is no division. It's like SmackDown. Sorry, Raw.
No, that's a terrible comparison.
Raw. Simmer down. But yeah, no, not SmackDown. Raw definitely is. It's absent. It doesn't exist. NXT's tag team divisions puttering. SmackDown's got a good one.
Oh, for sure. As we are in commercial break of about 30 seconds left of Tatum and Soul still going at it. Now we just had new women's tag champions crowned. Does a team like a Soul and a Zarya or an Izzy and a Tatum, do they have to defend the titles on NXT? Do they get moved up? Do we need to add an influx of talent into this, division here, and might just overwhelm the women's division on the main roster because everybody gets called up because they're all on tag teams?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be called up. I think we're going to see the rotating tag champs still.
You think, okay, so you think that they actually spread it across all three brands?
Yeah, that's what I don't think they'll change from. That's kind of what they've been doing. So I don't imagine it'll be any different. Yeah, I think Alexa could come down and fight someone here. I think that you're going to see them on Raw. I think the men's tag title should be a roaming title.
Oh, you think so? One brand, one belt across all three, or across all two for the men?
All three.
So, like Hank and Tank versus the Wyatt Six.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Yep. Interesting.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it that way, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, Fraxium just got up there. Raw doesn't really have a whole lot. You got the Vikings, and we haven't seen them. I don't know if injury played a factor again for them, which is T's and P's. If that's the case,
is that one division overcompensating for the rest of the other divisions, or is that is it one of those of we can't build up the other two, so we've got to space out a bit more, or is it there's just not enough talent there that we need to spread it out?
Yeah, I just think it lacks depth, and that's the one way to solve the lack of depth.
Okay.
But big kick by Ruka. Spaz back with another 5 bones. I think we should unify the Heritage Cup and the Speed title, and the person who wins can wear the belt and carry the trophy. No, I'm glad the trophy is gone. I don't like trophies. I don't like watching people.
Really, because that's what the fucking Maple Leafs fight an entire season for, and everything.
Clearly, we don't like it. We don't like it. We don't want it. That's why we've been avoiding it.
That you're in protest of the Stanley Cup. It's not that you couldn't win it. It's you're in protest of it.
Yeah, in wrestling, I feel like them walking around with the Heritage Cup bothered me. I'm glad they threw it in the ocean or lake or wherever the fuck. But nice, a hell of a match. Slowly becoming match of the night.
Well, it's your main event, and it's so Tatum's really kind of shown up and shown out. Tatum's been an unsung hero with all of this. So she's had to sit there and look beside her of all my friends are gone, and still going all the way back to when she was doing shit with Wendy Chu. I know I mentioned. She's been towards the top of the card. She's been really good in ring.
Good match. Good match.
Dos amigos.
Oh shit.
Whisper in the Wind. When's the last time someone not named Jeff Hardy hit a whisper in the wind?
This is awesome chance breaking out.
How do you feel though at times when it's just this is awesome versus like actually jumping up out of your seats? If it just feels like this is what we got hit to do, of the light turned on, of this is when you chant this is awesome.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I like to, I say it all the time. I mean, if you're going to go to these shows, get crazy.
Well, and especially when these are regular people, like this is with NXT, especially, you're a regular viewer. You have like your set seats, and almost you're a season ticket holder for NXT.
We're getting, oh my God, that power bomb was high, but she's
now I got the power bomb.
Oh wow.
Yeah, somehow, some way. Right in the center of Maybelline.
But the ref checking on Paxley, who went down. He psyched us on a signal. And so hit the pole.
Pause on that statement. Is it weird that we kind of know when a ref might be signaling of, somebody might be out on Dream Street here?
She came down hard on that power bomb. Oh, sets up the finish. Oh wait, reversal. Two. Don't end it on a roll up, guys. Do better.
Nah. So you continue the feud, or does she get the win and you get a smalls and you set up a tag team match after the fact? Which I think this was birthed out of a tag team match.
Ooh. Yes, big
spear in the corner out of a fucking moonsault.
Oh, returns.
Seth Rollins' knees just shuddered.
Right, good counter. Speaking of Tatum's old friends, Shotzi versus Priscilla Kelly at Hog. Yes. Oh, Tatum pushes Soul down. Soul throws an elbow.
Now, see, I know that some people are going to say, oh, they fucked up. I think that that's one of those that actually works to where it looks like it would be an actual fight. Of same thing with like CM Punk versus Gunther, where they actually started to get gassed during the end of the fight. It's supposed to be a fucking fight. Sell it like it's a fight. Not everything's going to look pristine and clean.
Oh!
Yeah!
Neck breaker from the top.
Super neck breaker.
Oh my God. Spears got the something.
The dolls. The dolls. That's her powers.
Izzy's saying no.
I say nay. To Barbet. What?
But Tatum's going for it. Oh no! Wow! Yo, what a shot!
That's going on all night.
Did you see that was a cool shot though over Tatum's shoulder?
Yeah, but if this wasn't, if I didn't see the exact same thing on Monday, this would be cool.
Oh, so you don't like this at all?
Well, it's not I don't like it at all. It's just one of those of it's like I was
Snatcher!
Soul Snatcher!
With doll in hand, Ruka gets the win.
Not a bad match.
Good match.
If I was doing the whole setting up the distraction thing though with the doll, I don't have Lash and Nia come out because now what was the actual distraction? Was it them fighting or was it the doll?
It doesn't matter.
I guess if you're gonna do that intentionally, maybe, but
yeah,
I wouldn't have done. You're over dipping.
I guess. I mean, she went to pick up the doll and use it, but the crash in the background threw her off, and she gets hit with a soul snatcher. I mean,
but she didn't sell the crash though. That's the thing is you had all of that, but she didn't sell it, so it didn't really throw her off.
Okay, yeah, fair enough, I guess. I mean, but at the end of the day, they just need her to take the L, and she did. So
yeah, you could have done that with the doll angle and the whole distraction and everything, and do that and put the emphasis on that instead of.
But the doll's not part of the story. It's not like it doesn't matter.
It's part of her character.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like she had the doll in hand. Izzy, for some reason, didn't want her to use it. She picked it up anyway.
Because I thought they were going with that because that would have been the distraction because you just get distracted by looking at it. She gets caught up in it.
Yeah, I don't think the doll matters, Nick. I think you're focusing on the wrong thing here. And all it was enough chaos going on to allow Soul to hit the Soul Snatcher and get the win. That's it. I mean, I don't think the doll is that important.
Fair enough. I thought they were booking it to where the doll was meant to feel important because of the emphasis they were putting on it to where Izzy's taking it away as Spears is trying to throw it in like it's a fucking weapon and everything. And yes, I understand it was a callback from, throughout the entire evening. But also we literally just saw the exact same kind of callback on Monday Night Raw with Miro, Rusev, and Sheamus fighting throughout the entire show. So yes, I get the callback, but I literally just saw the exact same callback the night before.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't put NXT, like I don't think of them that way. I kind of think of them separate when it comes to NXT. You're right. They doubled up. I mean, I liked Lash and Nia brawling better than I like Miro and fucking Rusev brawling. So or
Sure.
Miro and Sheamus. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I got no problem with how that went. You're making it feel big. You're making Lash feel big. Nia's down there, former world champion, big. And they went ham tonight. Again, I mean, the fact that the women's U.S. title was the main event, I thought it was a really good match. And I had no problem with the finish. I just didn't want a roll up finish. I'd rather her be distracted and have her mind off of what she was. So she's looking in the wrong direction when Soul gets up and hits her. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that finish.
Fair enough. What do you give tonight? As everybody can let us know their ratings out of 10. That's what I want to click on. David, I feel like Izzy is going to turn on Tatum.
But they just got together. So, and I mean, Tatum's had that happen so much. I mean, at some point, somebody's got to love her.
I think that's why, like I said, I think the doll thing was her being more protective of knowing like that's going to distract her. She's going to get caught up in it of that's her thing of her she's trying to look out for Tatum in this whole situation. That's why they've paired together. That's why she was pulling her away from Izzy or from Soul and Zarya. She's trying to look out for her. They're going to be a tag team. Like I foresee we're going to get Tatum and Izzy versus Charlotte and Alexa. And that's almost a bit of a mirror match.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with the mirror side of things. And yeah, I mean, ultimately, Spears wants her to cheat, and maybe Izzy's trying to find a baby face side of this. So you don't need to cheat, you don't need to do this.
The thing was cheating. I think they think the doll's like her power up.
No, she's going to use it as a weapon.
You know, your little
I think you're putting too much stock in the doll, bro. I think the doll is just literally she was going to poke her in the head with it. Literally, that's all I think. That's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I literally thought she was just going to use it to cheat. That was it.
But she's had the doll obsession since she kind of went dark and everything. So that's why I think it's her kind of safety space and everything. So that's why I think it's her totem.
Maybe. All right, folks. We take a rating out of 10 every single night. And tonight is no different. Vance with the 7.5. 7.5 from Bradley. 7.5 from Mega. Nitpicky. It's called the callback. And we read that one. Jose jumping in.
Right.
Love the hashtags. 8 out of 10 from ABJ. 7.75. No, Nick was right. Okay, Paul. There you go. Paul thinks you're right that it's her.
Yeah, see, I like that we go from hashtag nitpicking, which I do also think is
I just don't think it's some like she was using it to get all powered up. I literally think Izzy's just trying, like you said. I agree with she's trying to help her for sure.
Fair enough. 8 out of 10. We're splitting hairs.
10
we're splitting hairs on a Barbie doll right now with this, literally.
Mm-hmm. Tatum needs a title like JC. We say need, and it's tough. There are a lot of people that need titles. So Tatum's doing just fine where she is.
Has need become much more thin amongst modern wrestling of that actually mattering and meaning something?
It's when you have a bunch of kids that don't understand what a merit system is, and everybody just gets a belt. So everybody thinks everybody they like needs what they need. And if they don't get it, they're all going to die and things are bad. And oh my God, we want it. That's not how it works. And that's just not the way it's going.
I agree with that. I was more of going at it of to where needs the win type of things are almost more over exaggerated at this point. There's a few and far opportunities to where someone actually really needs it. Like I'll say Cross needed that win than Sammy did.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think there are times where certain people need something. Like if you're on a long streak in one direction or the other, for sure. But I think it gets thrown around with the matches, with the surprise pops, with this pay-per-view needs this wrestler needs that. It's wrestling, it's entertainment. I mean, technically, if Cross showed up on Friday and beat the shit out of half the locker room, everybody would forget that he lost to Sammy. It's just kind of how this goes. So
Karrion Kross versus Brock Lesnar. Let's see the fans fucking figure that one out.
Yeah, who are they really chanting for?
Who do you really like?
Right, 7.5 out of 10. Let's go. Tatum is a character. Is character development. 8 out of 10. I'm a 7. I'm 7 out of 10 tonight.
Oh,
Damn, Nick, never seen the two different movies. Have similar plots.
yeah, no, I have. Just normally I don't
Watch
to
them back
watch
to
them
back.
back to back. If there was what? There was the 2 times to where it was what? It was Channing Tatum and what was it? Denzel or Idris Elba or something. And then there was still the one with Jamie Foxx and Gerard Butler. They were around that to where it was the president and the White House blows up and everything. Those all movies all came out.
Olympus Has Fallen?
Yeah, it was Olympus Has Fallen, and then there was another one that came around.
Yeah, I think it's
similar kind of stories and everything with that. But again, it's one of those. I've seen it before, but I just want the fucking shit to be good. That's all. I don't need to indulge into that.
7.5 out of 10. I think Sammy versus Rusev next week on Raw, Unbroken. It's weird Sammy's going to fight Rusev, but Sammy, I don't know where that goes now.
And, well, back to what I was originally trying to get at, I'm surprised you gave this a 7. I was going to go 7 and thought I was going low. So we're in agreement here. Like I said, I thought I was going to be the, Russian judge in this situation. To me, good but not great. It had its flaws, but it also had a lot of really good stuff, and it was at a breakneck pace in all the best ways.
Yeah, I mean,
what was that, Pac-Man?
Oh, I was reading bang, 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 bang.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, it was a good pace. I think if it had been a slower pace show, it would have got a 6. It was a good pace show. There was a lot in there that, again, there's a lot of chaos going on. They're trying to gear us up for, for Heat Wave, but they got time. It did feel a little bit scrambly to me. I wasn't interested in a chunk of things that I got shown tonight. Like I didn't really care for Joe Hendry and Dempsey. The main event
6.5.
What's that?
I said you're talking to me about 6.5.
Even at the end, like I know, like I don't care if she was looking at the doll. I don't care what the right answer is. I honestly don't. I just needed Soul to win. I had a bit of apathy when it came to that match. The match itself was pretty good. I mean, the tag stuff was fine. Dark State was all over this one, which I know. I mean, you got to use them to find out what they can do. So I don't know how we do it, but I know we don't like them. We don't like them yet. But yeah, I thought the show was good. Period.
Fair enough. Well, I'm just laughing at Jose. KJ made me spit out my drink when he said bang, 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 bang. And then MVB. KJ said bang, 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 like Pop from Friday. I'm crying. Yeah, when we grew up, we had these to fight with.
Right? Bang, 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 bang.
Well, did you see the fucking last week of Miss Parker doesn't even know? And I missed it because it's such a subtle line from Corey, but everyone's like, oh, if you know, you know.
Right? 7.5, 7.5. Fickle. Thank God. All right, folks. Does feel like Tuesday is a bit of the palate cleanser. As we head back into it all tomorrow, coming out of the crazy weekend, a little bit of a lighter show, less, we had a little bit of legal talk today as Nick definitely put on his Law and Order hat.
My Mariska Hargitay.
Right? Fucking hilarious. But 7 for tonight.
Well, iced tea. Can I be iced tea?
Right. Some chaotic stuff. But some of the stuff I didn't care for, like Stacks, Yoshi. Yeah, it was a lot of like okay shit, but yeah, like I just wasn't that moved by, it was all right. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some, but you live. We had these to fight with.
Right. Yeah. Bang, 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 bang. But ladies and gentlemen, that's NXT. That's the show. That's the live stream. We got so much more coming your way. We're working on more stuff. Go get your merch. Join the WFU. Use the hashtags on all your wrestling posts. And let's build our family. Let's get away from the toxic IWC and the liars and deceivers that are out there. Let's have some fun in wrestling and let's unite. Let's come together and have a good time. Fantasy football signups, you got to reach out. Let us know. And then, of course, Dynamite tomorrow. They running it back. That's all I can think of. But that's what they're doing. They're running it back again. And we'll see what this means as we head towards Forbidden Door.
how fitting we were talking about with fantasy football of running backs and AW Dynamite's running it back. But yes, 100%. The show's so good, makes you want to slap your mama. But our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that rest, you put up with that for life with it.
Come back tomorrow, folks. Thank you for everything. See you on the flip side.